I'm here to talk about a problem and its possible solution. The problem is this. We tend to treat cyberspace like a metaphorical, space-like experience when we need to see it for what it really is and act accordingly. And what it is a very real place. In fact, it's as real as we are. I say that because it is us, and we are it. Cyberspace is made of mind space. It's an environment composed of our merged attentions and our very real, susceptible, palpable minds. The most civilizing force in our immediate physical space is completely absent in cyberspace, and that's the problem. And that force is probably not what you think it is. It's the right, supported by custom, technology, and law, to maintain and occupy a sovereign home. That human right has become so ubiquitous that it's difficult to grasp its power or to see what the physical world would be like without it. Building homes in cyberspace and establishing affordable forms of individual sovereign ownership of those homes is the solution I'm here to discuss. I hope that support for cyber home ownership will grow rapidly as we realize the emotional reality of cyberspace itself. Why wouldn't we want a home there? Any serious consideration of ownership in and of cyberspace demands a new and more nuanced understanding of space itself than is required in the physical world. We are in physical space, but we are cyberspace. These separate pieces of clay represent the mind spaces of individuals. One of them could be yours. The toothpicks represent internet technology. The question is, should the people who own the toothpicks own mind space, or should the people who own the minds own mind space? And that's a really, really important issue because already a big part of our global economy is actually about the ownership of mind space. The full risks of cyber homelessness are not being fully appreciated. Mind space is more like clay than a Nerf ball. Anyone who intrudes into it in order to add or subtract or rearrange content, which I'm representing here with these colored pins, permanently changes the mind space. By which I mean us. Now, there's an implied illusion of safety when we're exploring the internet, but in fact, we're simultaneously standing totally exposed in a wild, stormy jungle in cyberspace. But let's imagine that you've recreated the protections and responsibilities of a physical home in cyberspace. This would give you a reasonable expectation of safety and privacy, and it would make you, as an individual, a true stakeholder. Governments, businesses, and others' rights of entry should mirror those of the physical world. Why should we be doing this now? Transpose what's going on every day in cyberspace onto your physical house. Let's say that people are able to see and enter into that house. They can record your most personal choices and extrapolate greater knowledge of you than you have. The possessions on display in your house are things you've chosen to remember and to be exposed to. Your house is part of your memory, and it reminds you every day of what you love and who you want to be. Recall the adage, change your memory, change yourself. If you found strangers letting themselves into your physical house and rearranging or replacing precious elements, you'd be outraged. It's happening now in cyberspace. But that's okay. It's not really real. That may be what we all internalize at some level, but it is real. And we see future cyber home ownership as a responsible stewardship of cyberspace. It would be an embracing of rights and responsibilities that everyone already needs, most especially the right to own our own attention. If we fail to include this element within our broader cybersecurity efforts, we'll be neglecting a crucial aspect of our obligation to protect the population as the technology develops.